Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about a movie that is somehow still giving me nightmares, and that is the movie Longlegs.
Oh, there she is.
Now, the other day I was awake at about 2:30 in the morning, and I forgot to brush my teeth, so I went to do that. And for some reason I couldn't stop thinking, I was looking in the mirror and I could sort of like see the door behind me, and I kept thinking that fucking Nicolas Cage was going to appear, which, is at the time was a lot creepier than it sounds now. Now, what really stood out to me about Longlegs is how they approached marketing. Usually you get like one or two trailers for a movie. You get like the official trailer, then like a teaser trailer, and you're like maybe like a TV spot. However, Longlegs has gone a very different route, and they've done, let me count this up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think like 7 more like teaser trailers, or not even like teaser trailers, just like little 30-second to maybe like 45-second videos that don't give us really any information, that more like build mystery, gives us a little bit of a look, sneak preview at the movie without telling us anything about the story. But this is done a lot. For me, for example, I was really scared by a few of these trailers because of how vague they were and how the images and the music play together in those trailers. I remember specifically with the Every Year, I think it's called Every Year There Is Another, where at the end you see that black silhouette, and that really creeped me out. I talked about this in the previous video. I was unsure if this was like censored out or if it was like like a black cloak over someone. And now we've actually gotten a lot more information, so it's easier to piece that together. It's of course cloak that is covering someone. There was an image where we saw the red eyes, but a lot of people wrote that maybe this was like falsely digitally enhanced. Maybe somebody did this to like get more clicks on a video or something. But in one of the newer trailers, we actually see the black silhouette, and then slowly like the shadows, the brightness in the shadows gets dialed up, and we can see the red eyes emerge. And the fact that they're prioritizing mystery over in-your-face scares, for me, is personally something that I find very scary. Now, I don't know if the full movie is going to be like that. I'm not judging the movie here, I'm only judging the trailers. Now, one thing I got from the trailers was the little ciphers hidden in them, and at first I didn't know quite how to decode them. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with this. I tried looking up what kind of alphabet this was and couldn't find anything. But now there's actually an alphabet that sort of translates what each letter corresponds to in real English. And in the first trailer, even though we don't get the name of the movie, it's actually hidden in these letters. Then in the trailer, Remember to Say Your Prayers, the letters spell out something that is a little bit more sinister. The first 3 letters are HYL, and the remaining 5 are SATAN. Now in the trailer we've been waiting for her, we get even more information, and this time it's not just letters but full words. And these say, "Stood upon the sand of the sea." Now in the comments somebody actually gives like the full quote, because this is like a phrase taken, I believe it's from the Bible, and it says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy." Something similar to this is repeated in one of the trailers.
"I saw a beast rise up out of the sea, with 7 heads and 10 horns."
Now this brings me to another question that I've talked to other people and they've also had this question, and it is, will there be a supernatural aspect in this movie? Quotes like this make it seem like there will be, like a devil figure in this film. And from what we've seen in the trailer, there are some things that do appear supernatural. Mostly, to me, the red eyes under the black cloak. However, I don't think there will be anything supernatural here. Now here's what I think the red eyes under the black cloak are. You have the 2 different aspect ratios in the movie. We have the regular, I believe it's 235:1, and then we have the 4:3, which we mostly see with this one family that, they go nuts and kill each other and stab each other, but this part is in 4:3. And similarly to how different colors or how black and white can symbolize different state of minds, or the past versus the present, I think here these different aspect ratios represent a more subjective reality versus an objective reality. And it's in this subjective reality, in the 4x3 format, that we get the red eyes and all of this supernatural looking stuff. Now here is why I really like these ciphers. In the video We've Been Waiting for Her, there is one shot where we see a bunch of papers in the background and Micah Monroe's character standing in front of them, and we see a lot of the letters. And when you try to decipher these, you don't actually get anything that makes sense. In the official trailer, the letters that are flashed to us spell out "Say Your Prayers." But interestingly enough, the letters on the paper that the FBI agent gets, which is one of the notes that the killer leaves behind, they once again don't spell out anything. You get the letters OCJTWSC and QZIEKESUKWCJ. After doing some more research, I found out that this is actually a Vignere cipher, where you can scramble letters and you can unscramble them using a password. And after using the password Longlegs, you get "Down low, you're too slow." But it highlights something else that is very interesting. This seems very childish, it's like referring to the high five thing that, kids do. And I think kids will be targeted more often by the killer in this film. Now there's already one, it feels like, complete story that we get within all these videos, and that is the family uncovering the demon. So if we re-edit some of the clips from the trailers, we can already see a smaller story starting to take shape. And it starts in the basement, which is probably like the dungeon of the killer that Nicolas Cage plays, and we see the doll in front of the mirror from the trailer Dirty Part 2. Then in the You've Got the Hydra Upon You trailer, we see him covering up what looks like almost certainly the exact same doll with the black cloak. And then once again in the Longlegs official trailer, we get the third part of this, where he puts the cloak on the doll, and this looks very much familiar. Then we basically skip a bunch and we go into the house of that one family that we follow through some of the earlier trailers, and we see the doll covered in the black cloak, which then for some reason gets glowing red eyes. The little girl uncovers it, and then when we again splice these two clips together, which are different clips from the official trailer, we see the doll as it is uncovered. It's the exact same background, just that the cloak is taken off. After that, the father kills the mother, and then the father kills the other guy that comes into the house as well. So it seems like it will not just be any doll. I'm not quite sure what is going on here, but that is one smaller story that we can already get from the trailers. We also get a few very short images of what Nicolas Cage will look like here, and it feels like he will have some sort of prosthetic on his face, because there was one shot where I wasn't even sure if it really was him, because his face looks almost like it was, beaten up very, very many times. It's sort of like this, it feels like there's this weird like plastic or wax mask before his face. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know if you're going to watch it or not. As always, I hope you liked it and that I get to see you in the next video. Bye guys.